A big thank you to Angela Racker for sharing wonderful story ideas. Your suggestions mean a lot, and today's video, Little Red Riding Hood, especially for you. Once upon a time, nestled on the edge of a deep, whispering forest, lived a sweet young girl. She was loved by everyone who knew her, but most of all by her grandmother, who had once made her a lovely cloak with a hood of bright red velvet. This garment suited the girl so well that she was rarely seen without it. And from then on, everyone simply called her Little Red Riding Hood. One sunny morning, Little Red Riding Hood's mother called her over. She said,
"Come, my dear. Your grandmother is ill and weak. Take this basket to her.
Walk directly to her house and do not stray from the path. And most importantly, do not speak to any strangers."
I promise to obey, Mother.
Clutching the basket tightly, she set off down the familiar path into the woods. Her grandmother lived a good distance away, deeper in the forest, in a small, solitary cottage beyond the village. Little Red Riding Hood had not walked far when she was approached by a charming but deceitful wolf.
"Good day, Little Red Riding Hood,"
the wolf said in a smooth, low voice. The girl, forgetting her mother's solemn warning, replied brightly,
"Where are you off to so early, my little one?"
I am taking a cake and some wine to my grandmother. She is ill and needs nourishing.
And where does your grandmother live?
Good quarter of an hour further into the woods. Her house is under the 3 great oak trees near the hazelnut bushes.
The wolf smiled to himself, his plan already forming.
What lovely flowers are those all around us? Why don't you stop and pick a few?
Little Red Riding Hood looked around. The sun was shining, and the forest was indeed beautiful. She thought, if I bring my grandmother a great bunch of flowers as well, she will be doubly pleased. It is still early. I have plenty of time. She stepped off the path and began to search for the prettiest flowers, wandering farther and farther into the trees. Meanwhile, the wolf wasted no time. He ran straight and fast along the path to the grandmother's house. He reached it quickly and knocked lightly on the door.
"Who is there?"
cried the frail voice from inside. The wolf disguised his voice to sound sweet and high.
It is Little Red Riding Hood, grandmother. I have brought you cake and wine.
"Lift the latch and come in, my dear. I am too weak to get out of bed."
The wolf lifted the latch, and the door swung open. Without a word, he went straight to the bed and gobbled up the poor old grandmother whole. He then put on her nightgown, tied her bonnet over his head, and climbed into the bed, pulling the curtains shut and the covers up to his chin. Little Red Riding Hood finally arrived at the cottage. She was surprised to find the door open. When she entered, everything felt strangely quiet. She walked to the bed and drew back the curtains. There lay her grandmother, but she looked very peculiar.
Oh, Grandmother, what big ears you have!
The better to hear you with, my child.
Oh, Grandmother, what big eyes you have!
The better to see you with, my dear.
Oh, Grandmother, what big hands you have!
The better to hug you with, my dear.
What a terrible, enormous mouth you have!
The better to eat you with, my dear.
With a terrifying leap, the wolf sprang from the bed, and, just like he had done to the grandmother, he gobbled up Little Red Riding Hood too. Having satisfied his great hunger, the wolf fell back onto the bed, pulled the covers over himself, and soon fell fast asleep, snoring loudly. It so happened that a hunter was passing by the cottage. He heard the loud, strange snoring and thought, "How the old woman is snoring! I should go in and see if she needs anything." He stepped inside. When he reached the bed, he saw the wolf lying there in the grandmother's clothes.
Ah, so I find you, old sinner. I have long looked for you.
The hunter was about to raise his gun, but then he thought that the wolf might have swallowed the grandmother. He decided a gentle approach was best. He took a large pair of shears and began to carefully cut open the sleeping wolf's belly and take the grandmother out. Soon after, the wolf awoke, confused and defeated. The kind hunter had a new task for the old sinner. No more terrifying the woods, but instead, working to keep them clean. Meanwhile, safe inside the cottage, the grandmother joyfully shared the cake and drank the wine Little Red Riding Hood had brought. Her strength returned immediately, bringing color back to her cheeks. Little Red Riding Hood, relieved and happy, she promised herself, deeply and truly, that for the rest of her life, she would never again stray from the safe path or talk to a stranger when her mother had strictly forbidden it. As Little Red Riding Hood walked the familiar path home later that day, she saw a most pitiful sight. There was the wolf, no longer a terrifying villain, but a sad and clumsy creature, awkwardly raking the forest leaves. Standing nearby was the kind hunter, stern but fair, ensuring the wolf carried out his new duty. The wolf would be keeping the forest paths clear for a long, long time. And so, Little Red Riding Hood, the grandmother, and the kind hunter were safe, and they all lived happily and safely ever after.